Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back. I hope you've been well since the last video and that you are finding the time, the space, and whatever else is necessary for you to get through these somewhat crazy times. Again, I will continue to say it. It feels like we are living in a very somewhat chaotic energy at these times, and it's hard to really know what the future holds anymore because it seems that we keep getting hit with all kinds of unforeseen changes and all kinds of unexpected circumstances. And so, in a sense, we're all kind of being asked to learn how to find more balance within and find more peace within, even though things outside of us may not always be so peaceful. And so again, remembering that 2023 is a 7 universal year. And so again, the energies of this year are really well and truly calling each and every one of us to start diving deeper into ourselves and really starting to question what is our truth. I mean, 7 is the archetype of truth and truth seeking. And interestingly enough, the first card that we have here is to reflect on your truth. So before we get stuck into this video, I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes. I'd like us to go through 3 rounds of breath here. This will just help us to be more calm, be more receptive, and more open to the energy. So if you just close your eyes, taking a nice long inhale through the nose, pulling it in from your belly, pulling it all the way up to the space above your head. And on the exhale, making a nice HA sound, exhaling from the mouth. Push the energy down all the way into your feet and down to the space below your feet. Inhale to travel up the top of the head. And exhale, HA sound, pushing the breath all the way down. And last final inhale here. Inhale all the way up, pull up, 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 as far up as you can go, all the way above the top of the head. Up, 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 up. Hold momentarily. And on the exhale, nice long extended HA sound, pushing the energy all the way down to the space beneath your heels. And then gently opening your eyes. So welcome for you who is new here. My name is Nicole, and I like to do these readings as a way of somewhat giving back to the world and sharing guidance that I received through my own journey, sharing guidance that I receive through the cards and through the powers that be, to just help people realize that many of us are going through massive changes. I mean, really, we're living at a time on Earth that has never been experienced before, and the Earth, our beloved mother, is well and truly evolving. And so we, as her inhabitants, are also being called to evolve alongside with her. And so this is definitely turbulent, and no one knows where we're going, and no one knows what we can expect. But the more that we tune into ourselves and get to know ourselves and do what is necessary to feel at peace within our mind, body, and life, then this journey becomes somewhat less chaotic. And again, I want to reiterate here, beautiful souls, that we are soul beings having a human experience, and our experience, as much as there are moments in our life where we all experience challenging and difficult situations, just remembering that these situations are an opportunity for us to learn things. But in essence, we didn't come here to suffer. This is what the teachings of Buddhism says, that expectation is suffering. So when we learn to not expect anything, but simply accept and embrace and learn from whatever currently is, then we start to experience our life and the world at large through a somewhat different experience. So yes, like I said here, the first card that came out is reflect on your truth. Yes, the archetype, the energies of the 7 are really asking us to go inwards and to to better understand who we are and why we're here. Because, I truly believe, and my journey has led me to deeply comprehend that, we each came here with a certain mission. We each came here to experience certain lessons and to learn certain things. But if we have deviated too far off course, then, you know, it can be difficult to come back to our truth. And this is unfortunately the society that we live in, which pushes us to believe that we all have to live inside these boxes, and that if we don't fit inside these boxes, then we are wrong, or we don't fit in. And how many of us out there have never really fit in? And you feel weird and you feel unaccepted when you can't seem to find where you fit in. Well, beautiful souls, if this is some way that you feel or have felt during your life, I just want to share this with you now, that the reason that you don't fit in is because you were never meant to fit in. You were supposed to be an outlier because you came here to teach people another way. And the best way that we teach is by just being. When we are living and being in our truth, then we naturally inspire people, because people see us doing things a different way. And there are so many other ways. And I guess that this is really what this time is about. It's about figuring out that there are different ways of doing things, and we are being called to be unique in our difference, and to be aware of what our difference is, and to share our differences with the world, because this is who we came here to be, remembering that we are each inherently different. And it is important that we be able to express our difference, and to express our uniqueness, and to express our own unique talents, because beautiful souls, there is nobody out there like you. And at the end of the day, there is nothing new under the sun, right? And that's true. There isn't really anything new under the sun. But it is about the way we think about things. It is about our mindset. It is about the way that we all approach. If every single person in the world was given one problem to solve, I'm pretty certain that, yes, there would probably some common threads, but those people who would be willing and able to go completely outside of the box, they would probably come up with some pretty unique things. And the thing is, even if people would come up with the same kind of similar ideas, we would all have, our thinking patterns are different. The way we approach things is always going to be different. And so even, what we don't realize is certain words that we might speak, they might trigger something that has nothing to do with the current situation that we're speaking about. And that's you would have brought help to this other person without even having tended to. So it's a good time for you to be questioning, what is your truth, and are you happy to adhere to the truths that we have been sold and told, that these are the only ways that things must be? Or are you actually now willing to go out there? Tamu agrees. Are you willing to go out there and start, speaking your own truth, or embodying your own truth? And your own truth simply means doing what you love, doing what comes most naturally to you, doing whatever doesn't feel like a chore, because we didn't come here to do boring shit. We didn't come here to do the things that make us sad and glum. We came here to elevate our frequency and to experience heaven on earth. Because truly, beautiful souls, when we have consciousness in our hearts and in our minds, then we start to see the beauty of what this world offers us, and we start to see that we truly are co-creators of our reality, and we have the freedom to do and choose and be whoever we want. But the only thing that is limiting us is our beliefs and the truths that other people have put upon us. So the next card here is accept what is dying. Yes, accept what is dying. Interestingly enough, tomorrow, at the time that I'm filming this video, is the full moon. And remembering that the full moon is basically a time of completion. The full moon is a time where we have completed one cycle since the previous full moon. And it is a time of basically shedding, a time of letting go. So in preparation for the full moon, it is it is a good time to question yourself. Well, what is it that you are willing and ready to let go of? What are the things that are no longer serving you? What are you now ready to let go of and move on and start embracing the new you and embracing the new life that you have always desired, but for whatever reason didn't seem to have whatever it takes to move forward on those dreams. So yes, accept what is dying. Everything that is not working out for you at this time is not working out for you because the universe is quite literally asking you, or telling you, should I say, that this is no longer a part of your trajectory. This is no longer a part of your path. And the thing is, as human beings, it's very easy to get stuck. We hold on to things because, again, we've been taught to believe that, change is negative. But again, when we are the ones initiating the change, then the change is actually quite positive. So by you actively choosing to say, okay, I'm taking time to reflect on what is no longer of service to me, what is no longer allowing me to be in my truth, to embody my truth, then it's time to leave these things behind, and it's time to tread new pathways and to create new habits and to leave certain things in the past. And remember that when we leave certain things behind, well, that is a new habit that we're creating because we are no longer doing that past thing. So the next card we have is face your adversities. Yes, we have all been faced with many, many adversities over the past few years. And this isn't easy, but sometimes it is unfortunate that as human beings that we need to experience hardship and turmoil in order to get moving, because we get really comfortable in our little comfort zone and in our little comfort bubble, that unless something is coming to destroy our little comfort bubble, well, then we just don't move. And the thing is, remembering, I was going to say remember human beings. Well, yes, remember human beings and beautiful souls, that we came here to yes, to face our fears, and we came here to grow, and we came here to expand, and we came here to constantly evolve. And so, as we are evolving, well, we're going to constantly be asked to do things that we've never done before. But it's the more we trust in ourselves, and the more we know ourselves, and the more that we do the things that make us feel good in our mind, body, and life, then the easier it becomes to face our adversities. And it is not that, everybody out there faces adversities. Everybody out there faces challenges, because that is the point of the human existence. And the card that we have here is Earth School. I just absolutely love this card because, yes, in some essence, where look how he's diving there into the unknown, diving in, it's like jumping into the unknown, right? As we come here to be human and to be in these physical bodies, we come here to learn so much. And a lot of these things we learn when we're in a human body, because again, like I always like to give this example. It's like we don't know love until we feel it. It's not something tangible. It's not something that we can touch or see, but it is something that we feel. And when we feel it, well, we know it. So when we're here on earth and we are physically in these bodies, experiencing these adversities and experiencing these challenges as we are learning to grow and excel, then, it can be difficult. But the more we feel at ease in our life, and the more we know which direction we're heading in, what is our true north, what is our truth is our true north, what are the things that we believe, and where are we being guided, then it makes it easier to overcome our adversities and realize that the adversities that we are faced with are simply a moment for us to learn, are simply a moment for us to grow. And it is our soul that is growing, because remembering, that when our physical body dies, and this is also accepting what is dying, accepting, sorry, that's obviously upside down, but accepting what is dying, is also accepting that there are certain parts of you that are constantly dying. You know, who you were a few years ago is not who you are today, but obviously because you live with yourself each and every day, you don't see the change in yourself so much. But if you meet somebody that you haven't seen in, let's say, 10, 15 years, then, you know, they're definitely they are going to be able to see those changes within you, and they're going to see the parts of you that have died. But it's realizing when these parts of us die, it is making space for new parts of us to come through, and realizing that we are always evolving. But it's kind of like, you know, when you when you know, I can only use myself as an example. It's like, well, I love to shop, you know, and I love clothes. But so obviously I can't wear clothes all the time. I can't wear all my clothes all the time. So generally when I buy a whole bunch of new clothes, then I will go into my closet and I will get rid of a whole bunch of stuff that I know that I haven't worn in at least the last 3 to 6 months, because then if I haven't worn it, then I'm probably not going to wear it. And so interestingly here, the card we have is declutter. We are being asked to declutter our life. We are being asked to become aware of all the things that are still in our suitcase that we're lugging around, but that doesn't really need to be in there anymore. You know, this is the thing. It's like when we put all this stuff in a bag, and unless we go in and we check what is in this bag, we don't necessarily know what doesn't need to be there anymore. So it says here, you'll feel better and more focused if you'll take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. Yes, beautiful souls, you know, when we are constantly living on the go, 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 sometimes we forget to take the time to check in with ourselves. So declutter your life physically, you know, get rid of what is in your closet that you don't need anymore. There are so many people who are in a time of need at this moment. So don't just give things away because they're, you know, they're torn, or they're or you're never going to wear them again because they don't look as good as they did. Just give them away because you can, because you choose to, because you're actively choosing to help another being who might be, you know, more needy than you and less fortunate than you. And at the end of the day, we as human beings are all here to help each other out in one way or another, whether we realize it or not. Even somebody that you've never met has helped you in your life because they created a chair, or the chair that we're sitting on, or the tables that we use, or this camera that I'm recording on. I never met the person who did this, but I give thanks to them because they have improved my life. So all the people out there who have gone and invented something, maybe because they were trying to solve their own personal problem, but they created new things, sorry, that has actually helped people at large. So you also have the ability to help somebody that you'll never even meet by doing something that you love. So take the time to, you know, get rid of the thought patterns that are no longer helpful. Get rid of the people in your life that don't pull you up. Get rid of the boundaries that are no longer serving you. Get rid of the beliefs that are holding you back. So just in essence, you know, when we declutter, you have to actually take the time to go and check in with what needs to be decluttered in order for the decluttering to happen. So, you know, coming back to the card here, face your adversities. Well, realize that, you know, what are the adversities that you can also declutter? What are things that you used to think were impossible, but maybe you haven't taken the time to ask yourself in the present times whether you still think these things are possible. And so you might discover whole new things about yourself because you have changed and you don't even realize it. So, yes, I love this card. Begin to explore. Begin to explore yourself. Begin to explore your adversities. Begin to explore what needs to be decluttered. Begin to explore your truth. Begin to explore who it is that you believe you are, who it is that you want to be. You know, begin to explore your life lessons. You know, take some time to you know, to think back on your life up until this current moment, and think about all the things that you have learned and all the ways in which you have grown. And please share with us in the comments below, how have you grown the most in the past few years? What are you learning at the moment? What is a major lesson that you have learned just this year? Share with us in the comments so we can all learn and grow together. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, please like it and share it with a friend. You know, the whole point is to remember that we are part of a collective, and we are all here to help each other grow and to share our knowledge and to share our information and to share our wins and to share whatever it is that we have learned, because this is how we help each other, each other expand and grow and evolve. So the next card is loosen your grip. It's also a good time. The card says to explore, what are the coping mechanisms that are no longer serving you? Now that we're approaching the full moon, this a good idea for you is to write down on paper all the things that you are ready to leave behind, all the things that are no longer serving you, all the things about yourself that you no longer wish to carry forward into this new cycle, right? And so that could be coping mechanisms, that could be addictions. It says here, let God in. And now, God can be, God works in mysterious ways, right? So if somebody offers you help, take it. If somebody offers you advice, accept it. If somebody is willing to, I don't know, do something special for you, receive it. Because those of us who have constantly been giving, and those of us who feel like we're constantly giving and yet nothing comes our way, it's because we do not know how to receive. And this was a big one for me to learn, because I didn't know how to receive, because, well, basically, let's just say it as it was, like I had closed my heart off and I just had built a wall around myself, unknowingly, unconsciously. And so I wasn't able to receive help, because I had the programming and the beliefs that were running that it was weak to ask for help, that it was weak to say that I couldn't do something. But we didn't come here to do things alone. No mountain was built alone. No building is built alone. Nothing is built alone. So we are being asked to remember that when we fell into Earth School, and we are being asked to loosen our grip, it feels like we are falling, and this card kind of makes me think of, when you're falling asleep and then suddenly you feel like you're falling and then poof, you suddenly wake up, and it's kind of like you are falling somewhere, you're falling into a deeper sleep, but some kind of nervous system reaction that is keeping you holding on, it doesn't allow you to fall into that deeper level of sleep. So you wake up because you don't trust. And this is the thing, trust is so essential as you go through this journey. But trust in yourself, most importantly. Trust in your abilities to do what you need to do. Trust that you can get wherever it is that you are trying to get. But if you don't trust in yourself, and if you hold on so strong and you don't believe in yourself, then it becomes very difficult to let God in. It becomes very difficult for you to receive the blessings that are wanting to come to you. And this is the thing, when we manifest and we ask for something, for those things, the reason those things don't exist in our life at this current time is because there are certain things that are in our life at this certain time which are not allowing these new things to come in. So this is what is happening now. The things that you have asked for, the blessings that you have been waiting for, they are wanting to reach you, but they cannot reach you if you still have, all these things. And my mind is drawn to the declutter card here, because if somebody gives you a whole bunch of new clothes to put in your bag, but your bag is full of all these other clothes, well, you're not going to have space for these new clothes. So at some point, you're either going to have to buy a bigger bag, which most of us do, or you're going to have to get rid of a couple of things and put them back in the bag. And what's coming to mind when I talk about this is like when you travel, and ladies, especially for you, how many of us always travel with way too much stuff? So, and when we travel with too much stuff, then, well, we don't have space for all our shopping. So, loosen your grip, let go of some things, realize that these things that you're feeling ready to let go of, it's so that new things can come in. It's so that you can receive into your heart the things that are wanting to be gifted to you. And then the next card we have is the void. Stop. Embrace winter, the great cosmic womb, darkness. We are being called to jump into the darkness, to be in the void, the great cosmic womb. Think about it this way, beautiful souls. When we are in our mother's womb, there is nothing but darkness, but yet it is where we feel the absolute safest. It is warm and cozy, and we're floating around in this nice amniotic fluid, and everything's just great. We haven't yet been exposed to the big bad world, and we don't know yet what adversities that we're going to be faced with. So we're being asked to stop. We're being asked to take a moment to stop and embrace winter. Those of us who are here in the southern hemisphere, in Kenya specifically, well, it's raining. And, we all know that when the rain comes out, well, we don't necessarily want to go and spend that much time outdoors. And well, when it is, it's like when the animals go into hibernation in the cold so that they can just sleep and go into deep meditation and also evolve, because when we're not constantly in go, go, go mode, well, new information comes to us because we have time, we have space, we have stillness to be able to allow new information, to allow new things to come to us, to allow us to start to see and perceive things that we hadn't previously seen. So where do you know that you need to stop? Where are you moving too fast in your life? And maybe you're moving too fast because, when we're constantly being bombarded with life and we're constantly go, 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 well, what happens to our nervous system is our nervous system also starts to go, 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 that it makes it really, really difficult for us to stop and breathe and relax. Because even when we stop and we breathe and we try and relax, what happens? Because our nervous system is in that go, go, go mentality, we almost start to feel guilty. We almost start to think, hey, I shouldn't be sitting here doing nothing. I need to do. I need to go, go, go. So we actually need to learn to stop and just breathe and take a pause and question, is everything I'm doing, is it actually worth it? Is it actually serving me, or am I doing things just out of habit because I'm serving other people? I'm serving this matrix, I'm serving this narrative, but maybe I'm only serving this narrative because for all my life I've been told, you don't fit in. You don't fit into any of these boxes. So when somebody tells you for all your life, you don't fit in here, you don't fit in here, you don't fit in here, you start to say, okay, well, what do I need to do to fit in? And then you do that. But then you find yourself miserable and upset and unfulfilled and unjoyful because you're living somebody else's life. You're no longer being you. You're no longer being who you were meant to be, who you came here to be. You're no longer living your higher self in human form. You have dumbed yourself down to fit into a world that you were never supposed to fit into. Because remember, you came here to be great, and you came here to inspire people. And you came here to invent things that have never been invented yet. And you came here to show people that there is a different way, that there are different ways for us to be and live, and we can live in joy and happiness, and we don't have to be here living a 9-to-5 job, paying bills and paying taxes and wondering how we're going to make it to our next holiday. How sad is that life, beautiful souls? If you are here watching this video, then let it be known to you that that is not the life that you came here to lead. You came here to be an inspiration. You came here to show people what it means to live in a higher frequency. You came here to show people what it means to be your human self. But when you are guided from a higher dimension. So be open. And the next card here, and I love these cards. These are the fairy cards, and the fairies are real. So to all of you out there who believe in the fairy people, then know that their energies are here to protect you. The fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. Look at the colors, beautiful souls. It's realizing that colors are energy, colors are frequency. And when you surround yourself with many colors, colors that bring you, colors that make you feel good, colors that are bright, colors that, and this is why spending time in nature, spending time around all the colors in nature is so soothing for your soul. But also realizing that if you are here, beautiful souls, that it means that you are on this journey and that you are psychic, and that you are being called to develop these psychic intuitive abilities, because these abilities will help you help others and help you help yourself, which will naturally help others. So the easiest way that you can put a psychic protection over yourself, and especially now if you are sensitive to energies, it is important that you protect yourself. So taking spiritual baths is a great way of cleansing yourself of energies. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. So taking visiting the ocean, cleaning yourself in the shower, and simply saying, I use this water to cleanse myself of any impure energies. Or simply just, take yourself into into a short meditation, or put yourself into a meditation space and just visualize a white light coming in from your crown, coming into your heart, opening it up around you, and just surround yourself in a bubble of white light. And see this as your protective bubble. And just anytime you feel overwhelmed, or you feel that, energies are coming in to bombard you or anything like that, just surround yourself in this white light, or surround yourself in any colored bubble. I like to surround myself in a nice pink glittery bubble. So, do what works for you. This is the beauty about when we work with energy and when we're working with spiritual work. It isn't visible. And so, literally, just deciding that you've done it, you've done it. And that's, not always easy for some. I remember when I started on this journey, and for me, who was a very controlling person with my mind, and there were so many rules that I had for myself, and I was super OCD and super anal about literally everything. Um, for me to believe that, oh, but by just saying that I'm in a bubble of white light, I thought that that was the most ridiculous thing. But yet here I am now telling a bunch of people out there to do the same thing. Well, the only reason I say this is because it well and truly works. And it works if you believe that it works. So, do what works for you. This journey is very individual, and so you just have to keep trying things on and on until you find what works for you. So the next card we have, messages from the fairies, is motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. Wow. And look at all those colors once again, And it's interesting, a few years ago, I chose to move down to, the beach and one of the reasons I decided to move here was because I just was so in love with all the colors, just all the flowers, all the different shades of green, all the different shades of, the flowers. And I don't know, this did something so deep for me, for my creativity, for my healing. And so the thing is, beautiful souls, when we start to follow our intuition is telling us things from the unseen realms, which is, dimensions far, far away, that we're literally getting messages from the future, in a sense. And so we don't necessarily always comprehend why we get these, but the more you follow your intuition and trust it, because your intuition will never ever 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 guide you astray. So the more you trust and listen to your intuition, the more, I promise you, your life will change in ways that is so hard to put into words, because it is a feeling, and it is a way that you start to perceive the world through a whole different lens. You truly start to see the magic that surrounds us all the time. But unless we are able to see it, it's like it doesn't exist, but it exists all the time. It's just, are you wanting to see it? And are you willing to take the steps necessary in order for you to be able to see it? Transformation. The fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. Oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful card. And Look at her here. You are transforming into your fairy self. You are transforming into your higher self. You are transforming into a version of you that has never walked this earth before. And you are being asked to share this version of you with the world, beautiful souls, because you are needed. Your energy is special, and your energy is needed in rooms that you have not even entered yet. So, beautiful souls, know that big things are out there waiting for you, but they can only reach you if you follow your truth, and your truth is in your heart. Listen with your heart. Don't listen to what others around you say. It is important for you to go inwards at this time, because only you can truly know what you need in these times, what serves your highest and greatest interest, because only you know where you've come from, and only you know where you're going, and only you can know what it is that you need to get there, because it is your journey. You can't, of course, we are all here to provide guidance and support for one another, but at the end of the day, it is the choices that we make for ourselves that matter. Mountains, stand your ground. No matter what anybody says, listen to your heart. Do what works for you. Do what your heart tells you and what your intuition tells you. Because, wow, I'm feeling so much energy from this reading, beautiful soul. So I just want to say to you out there, whoever you are, know that you have a beautiful journey ahead of you. A beautiful journey ahead of you, and you came here to do something great. Please share with me in the comments. It is an honor to know you without meeting you, but it is an honor to do this reading for you, because wow. And the last card we have here is Guardian Angel. You are not alone. Wow, this card is making me so emotional, because you are somebody's guardian angel. You came here to do something that you probably don't even know how great it is, the thing that you came here to do. But trust, beautiful souls, in your heart above all else, because you are not alone. And every single person who tunes into this reading, our energies are all interconnected, and we are all on the same journey. And so know that we are all in this together, and so none of us are alone, because we are all the guardian angels of each other and whoever else comes into contact with our energetic field. Wow. Beautiful souls, I send you love and light. I send you strength, and just know that you're on to big things, and big things truly await you. Bye for now.